Hey, this is Steve from Steve 87th Puget Sound and Pacific Railroad. This installment is going to be about doing a kit bash. So on Model Railroad Video Plus, David Popp put out a challenge to everybody to take this State Line farm supply and kit bash it into another type of building and see how you can repurpose it. So we're going to go ahead and do that with this kit, and let's see what we come up with. So, of course, as a good modeler, the first thing we're going to do is take out the directions. And since we're kit bashing it, we're not going to have to use many of these directions. However, there is a nice thing about this model. It has alternate back walls that can be done in many different positions. It has these side walls, which you can do some different things with, and the front wall, which has repositionable either garage doors or windows and all that. So when I first saw this model, one of the things that I thought that it would be nice to do is change it around a little bit. Instead of making it a farm supply, we're going to make it into a municipal building. So my thoughts is this would probably make a really good volunteer fire department. So we're going to see what we can do with that. This is not going to be a step-by-step. It's probably just going to be a little bit here and a little bit there. But next thing I'm going to do is show you guys all the parts that it comes with. So first we got this little funky roof because it's not quite straight, but it's not also rounded either. You can see here that it actually has ridges across the whole thing. I've already gone and painted some of these things on what I'm going to do. The ivory or white colors are actually going to be where the trim is. This will be painted up in an asphalt cover and put some coating over top of it to make it look more like a roof when I get finished down to some of the farther stuff. It comes with its own base, which has been already painted up into what I consider the concrete colors. And then we've got the front of the building with all of its brickwork. This has still got to be painted. I painted it a base color. We're going to go ahead and try to paint the bricks and make it look like there's actual brickwork. The rest of this, which is really nice, is this is all concrete. So or concrete blocks. So normally what you see in most buildings is you'll see the brick fascia on the front, and then you'll have the block around the rest of the building where it's cheaper. And this works out great for a fire department because most of the fire departments are supposed to be strong and withstand storms and stuff like that. So it makes it look like a really hefty building. And then lastly, we've got the external pieces. All the windows, all the doors, some tanks that come along with it, downspouts and so forth. Those will all be used. They're going to be mostly all used. The other thing that it came with, which is kind of nice, is a ramp. So this was meant as a farm supply where you would have the offload of the tractors and stuff like that on this ramp. Not going to use it for this building because most fire departments don't have ramps. But you can see it's got a nice wood pier, nice ramp section and all that kind of stuff. So this will be good someplace else on the model later on. So we're going to go ahead and start cutting out pieces and seeing what we can do on some of the different painting techniques. And all I did with painting on this, I just got what we call, what's called a pebble from, we got, it's a pebble-based paint from Krylon, and I use that for the whole color, base color. So these will all stay this color, but this is going to become, I guess, like a red paint or something like that with acrylic push over it. And I'm hoping to keep all of the grout lines in there. So we're going to see how that works out. Okay. So we're going to see how this little technique works that I have here. I have a makeup sponge. And then I have a concoction that makes my brick, which is some burnt sienna, some yellow ochre, some burnt umber, and some bright red to come up with a mixture that looks kind of like brick, more or less. So I started this on a little bit over here. You can see I started dabbing everything on there to hopefully get those grout lines that we still want to keep in there. It seemed to be working pretty good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys what I do. on this little section here, basically, take your little dipper sponge, put it on in there, wipe off your excess, and you're just going to use this almost like a stamp pad. So it's a little bit harder with this one, but this is the side, so you just want to go and tap it on there. And you can see here that some of the brick color is on there, not all of it. So you're just kind of tapping it down lightly. You don't want to tap it too hard, because if you tap it too hard, then it's going to cover more than just the bricks. It's going to go into the mortar lines. So that's going to take me a little bit of while to do on all the bricks, and it's going to take me a couple of coats, it looks like. So let's see how that all works. All right, so I've gone through and done a bunch of work. This didn't quite come out the way that I wanted to. It doesn't quite show as many of the lines as I wanted to, but it does actually have some different gradients in it, which is kind of nice. It was a little bit more difficult, and there's got to be a better way to do it.
Cold?
And sometime I'll figure it out. So you can see here that we've got the front
Cece, come on, man.
doors and windows and all that. I did all the windows.
You're
and doors.
killing our stairs, buddy.
We have one of the sides finished with all of its windows in it, and now I'm going to keep those panels down
Cece.
the gray, just like they're sitting right now. The back wall that I chose is this one, which has one more garage door in the back of it.
Yeah, Bella, go beat him up.
If you've ever been with firemen or talked to firemen and all that kind of stuff,
Mommy and Daddy
it's
told me
easier
to.
drive trucks through from the back than it is to try to back them in all the time. The other thing is we're going to find out one of the problems with this building when it comes to the error that I'm doing, which is
Go
modern.
chase him around or
Okay.
something, Bubba.
Now, the last one is the last side. So you can see here we've got the brick already done over on this side. We
Don't
got the
even
windows
beat him
over
up,
that.
but could you
But
at
we
least
have a little
chase
bit of
him
a problem.
around?
So these doors have a small flange on the side of it right there that you can see. Like that. So when you go to put them in this, because they're meant to be put up into the front, they don't fit square. Okay, so what has to happen is in order for me to get the look that I want, which will be two windows, or the window and the door set up. The reason is if anybody's been to volunteer fire departments, they don't have sleeping areas like most places, but they do have an office area normally and a way for people to get in and out. So that's what this is going to represent on the side of the building. It'd really suck if this is the only door that these guys could get into to get rid of their fire trucks. Okay, so
Cece!
staking
He's way up there.
process.
Cece, stop it.
Taking down these flanges. So the best
You
way
pissed
to
because we're not upstairs?
is take your hobby knife, get it good and square, make sure it's nice and sharp, and just scroll down the side. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me try to zoom in on this a little bit more. No zoom on now. But you just want to go down the side of this and keep your blade as level as possible. By leveling it out, you're going to have to do a lot less sanding later, and you also won't take off as much of the other plastic that you want to keep on there. So then you just do the same thing on the other side, and I have to do that for the doors as well. So once we get all that done, when we get that all taken care of, we'll put these on, and then we'll put the walls together. This model goes together pretty quickly. All of the windows and so forth already have,
They're one of the
they don't come with
top
glass in
20
it, but they have
collectible
pushing
Beanie
glass, which is
Babies.
really easy to take care of. So
You do?
take more time to put in.
Yeah, my
So
turkey.
now the window is
Seriously?
He's number 19.
How much is he worth?
it will actually not catch those things and have a big gap. On the front doors,
Oh, that
you
can't
can
be
see
right.
here that there's a slight
What?
gap.
They're
I
saying
chose
he's
not
on eBay for
take the flanges off the
$6,667.
They're going to be locked in there anyway.
Oh, go to
I'll see
eBay.
them for the windows so that you can see the trucks on the inside. Okay? Yeah.
Hey, what you doing? Are you trying to hide down in the couch?
And there you have it.
Huh?
There's the
Were you
side.
trying to hide in the
So
couch?
now all that's left to do
You were trying to hide behind the pillows. You were going.
Now, of course, the one thing I'm not going to do is actually put it together on its face. One of the things that I did was from Micromark, I got one of these nice little magnetic tables that has all the little magnets on it and all that. The good thing about this is you can line something up in the corners, put magnets down, and hold them in place. Once those are held in place, you can go ahead and glue the corners, which this model has been really good. It does not have clips into the sides or anything, so the corners just fit right in nice and snugly. Yeah, they just snuggle in. The good thing about this is it makes it really easy to take your glue. I've actually started using the Faller glue, which I'm really liking. They have several types of it. It comes with a nice, easy spigot. There's two ways that I normally do this. I'll usually use this.
Daddy used to
or
pet me all the time without any attitude.
extra thin, because it gets right into those corners, and then you just hold it for a second, and then it's ready to go. Alright, so there you have it. The building is sitting there. What's nice about this magnetic tray, you can put it any way you want. You notice too, I have the good old standby of a rubber band that goes up around these top corners to make sure that those corners will stay. The other piece that needed to go on to, and there's still some buildup that needs to be done, is the cornice area here. Once that gets dried, it's just a single piece that gets placed there. Once that dries up, there are a number of pieces
What?
along the top
Sitting in my living room,
as well
being
as
bored.
What you plan on doing?
So, with that being said,
I realize we're old and he don't do anything.
And we don't have any friends.
And I don't know what in the hell I should ask for my birthday. So I don't know.
that's going to be all done. We'll show you. This is all I'm
I
going
could use a couple more train cars.
There and dry, and let everything settle. And we'll put the finishing touches on the rest of it tomorrow. Okay.
Any books out there?
Okay, everyone, and there we go. It's all done. I painted the roof. You can see it's kind of just an asphalt type color. Got all of those cornice details on, along with the bricks that come up along the side. Kind of lightly painted the back of the roof and all that to make it. There's probably still some work that needs to be done on the roof. Downspouts have been put in. We got the windows in, but you know, since I decided that this was a firehouse, what do we got inside here? Uh-oh. We're gonna have to check out what's that going on in there. So what else did we finish off while we were doing this? Okay, so I have this on a nice little turntable to make it easier to see. So, able to finish off the front of the fire station. So luckily for me, I've been looking to do a fire station for quite a long time. And so I had all of these decals just kind of laying around here and all. So there is the front of our firehouse, which would be facing the street.
I thought this was funny.
And you can see in there, we still have some things going on that we're going to check out in a few minutes. Came over here. We got the side of the building done. Got that fancy little
There's a paper
brickwork finished
trimmer
over
in
on
the
that
envelope
side.
pen.
Put in the electrical meter and the chimney in the back. We did some work on the.
So it's an
on the doors
enamel
and the
pen that the
windows.
little thing gets slides
Yeah.
back and forth like a paper trimmer.
Got some things in there. And then lastly,
I thought that was kind
finished
of
off the
funny.
back. With the do not block this door. That decal, I'm not too sure
Bella,
if that's going to stay or
leave
not.
the back of the couch
Something has to be put
alone.
there like that, but we'll
Bella!
see what's going on there. We got the back door going on.
Bella?
The back section is here, and then we did some work on the inside. So
This
one
is
of
the only
things
halfway
about
decent piece of
doing the
furniture
roof
left
and
in
all,
this house. You leave it alone.
I did not connect it, as you can see.
Got
the
it?
reason was
Leave it
is I
alone.
decided to do some work inside. So I'm going to show you what I did, and then I'll show you how I did it in just a minute. Okay, so again, I said I made the roof removable, and there was a reason for it. We did some work inside. So yes, there's the fire trucks. You can see that we've got a little bit of a complement of trucks in there, and I haven't done any detail. But what's this back here? Yes, the fire station actually has some life in it. So let's see what we did. The firemen got their fire coats. They're all ready to go.
Bella!
There's the map of the fire district. There's the dispatch
Stop
office.
it!
Did some more work in there. Then we came over here, and what we do back here? Oh, put in a little kitchen. We got the bathrooms going on. A little kitchen cabinet. And then, of course, since it's a fire station, you can't see it, sorry. But there's also a drink machine in the back corner down there. Just down over there. Put in the countertop. Put in some cabinets. And then we also finished off the trucks. Okay. I'll show you in just a second. So what I did was I went out on the internet and I decided to let's go ahead and do some interiors because it's kind of a boring building. There's nothing much that's going on, so you can't really tell what's going on out there. So I was able to get some details off the internet, and I built some details the other way. And then basically just cut these out on a cardstock, folded them all up into the way that they needed to be, and then put them in as walls. And they're all just paper cardstock, which made it really easy. And when I'm talking paper cardstock, this is copy paper, and paper cardstock is about 80-pound paper or so that you can get at most craft stores, which makes it really look nice for a change of pace inside of a building. Then to top it all off, we made sure that fire station number 5 was staffed correctly with their own fire trucks. We have the engine truck here, or the engine. We have the ladder or squirt truck, as it's known. And then we have our pumper. Actually, it's a brush truck, but we're using that as a pumper as well. And they've all got their number 5 with their Dover Volunteer Fire Department. Yes, one of them is a San Francisco pumper that says on the side, but we're going to fix that in a little while. So there was my transformation of the State Line Farm Supply from Walters into the Dover Volunteer Fire Department, number 5, 3-bay fire station with interior and fire trucks. I also decided to throw in a layout update. Finally, I got the building materials complex finished. So the buildings are actually done. I got the woodshed over here, and then I decided that the story was the other woodshed that used to be there, that looked exactly like that. That one you can see is now right up against the road. Had a little bit of fire. So after the fire, they decided we're going to build a better building, and so they came up with a new
Where you
building.
going?
You know, it's made of metal. And you can see over here, it's going to be raised. It's got a couple of loading docks there for trucks. It's got a train loading dock over there. And of course, the big question is how does stuff get around? Well, it has one more loading dock back there that's actually going to be a ramp. And that's going to be used for the forklifts coming in now. But one of the cool things that I'd like to mention on this metal building that I had here, which was my biggest decision that I had to kind of figure out what I wanted to do, is actually the Murphy Manufacturing Building. From the Murphy Manufacturing Building from Micro Engineering Company. Really, really nice, easy to build building. Really nice thing about it is it gives you a whole bunch of different ways to do it. I chose to do the office on the one side, single window, loading ramp, and doors over there. This is a great building to actually kit bash and make however it is the way that you want to. You could put more windows on the side, you could put more doors over there, you could have a loading ramp, you could make this more of a transfer building or whatever. There's a couple more things that need to be done to those two, but that takes up the last major business that needs to be done. I do have some other things that have to be done. I still have to figure out what to do in this area with the bakery and how I'm going to do that. One thing that I found out, the kind of the smaller single serve cans actually will work about the same size as the normal storage bin. So we're going to think about that. And then we also still have to figure out how we're going to do that. And then my other problem is, how do I keep this one from sitting in parking lots and destroying cars? I know the new Godzilla movie's coming out, but you know, you'd think he'd take up residency someplace else, like exactly where I gave him a place to sit at. But it's a cat, so they do what they want. All right, so that's my layout update. That was my build update. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions, put them in comments down below. And I will see you guys later. Thanks.